Heya people, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Last time we had a very heated fight. This time, we don't know what's gonna happen, but let's find out. We're still in the classroom. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lilly was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on the blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the tick, 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 tock of the clock. Let's try to copy down the equations just to pass the time. For a be 2x to the l to the square root to the logarithms to the integrals to the... What am I doing again? Even though they're right there in the textbook. Yes, I'm wasting my time. With math. Meth. I'm wasting my time with meth. Hisao is considered now 100% an addict. I'm just kidding. That would be kind of bad if Hisao was addicted to meth. Math wouldn't be that bad though. Anyways, when the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while, reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with crowding in the hallway. I noticed Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there's pent-up anger in her. Misha's trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear that she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business. Shizune sighs to the point where her wrists crackle. That's close enough. Not really. It's been a while since we've done it. Sorry. I'll get better, I promise, in my impromptu sort of noise effect. Anyways, Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, almost like what Zaabizs does almost all the time. And then, on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down on their seats again. Ooh, I'm so tired. She's hanging her hand limply on her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I'll use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune without getting roped into the student council thing again, though I suspect that door is now closed to me. Thankfully. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Must be tough. Instead, the people in this school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling about around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Well, I'm not sure if Kenji has anything to do. If he never leaves his classroom. Shizune scoffs at me first, as if trying to decide whether to ignore me or sneer at me, but in the end she starts signing without doing either. Misha picks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. ... She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does this so well, it's almost like Shizune's actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously, almost like the sad face I gave them earlier, as they were trying to be mean to me and Lilly. Well, of course, we're in the student council, you know, so we're pretty busy. ... It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all their strength. ... We would shame ourselves in front of the student council, the past student council generations if the festivals were to fall. ... That's why there must be no flaws, nor I think there was encumbrances, no nothing that will make the festival short of perfect. Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are really oddly fitting in them. Oh, hello? Who's this? Hanako! I look over my shoulder and see Hanako, peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Nah, it's okay. Hey, playing delinquent again? Okay, it's not okay with them. What, you can say hi to me. Hisao's nice. He likes you enough. Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. ... Oh, don't run away. Shizune stares at her approvingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Aww. Maybe she is showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lilly. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it well. That's not cool. What is it, Hanako?
Has Lilly been here? Sorry, haven't seen since how she came by in the morning, though.
Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual setting gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away. She is intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems.
Do you know where she is? ... If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom working on their festival project, but who knows where that woman is loitering at.
You need to find her? She was looking for you in the morning, but I guess you may have missed each other. We'll say ignore them, you know. She waits a little without answering the simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question.
Yeah.
I can come with you. If it's okay. Hanako nods fractionally, still on guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all, but it's too late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard myself. I wonder why. Yeah, it's almost like emotions are contagious, which in a sense they are. I kind of understand why she always seems to be so wary, or maybe more like why there could be a person like her. But I still have no idea how we should act around such a person. It's dinner time soon. Were you planning to eat with Lilly? She nods slightly. So she must have been trying to get into the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria is crowded during lunch. It looks more like light outside, but I guess you guys eat dinner earlier. I mean, I don't know when most people eat dinner. I eat my dinner pretty late. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than the lunch hour, but I can understand why Hanako could be discouraged from going in. I pick up my bag and we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something I can't say that I've really done before with a girl. Like, Emmy, not stroll, that was running through hell. Lilly, we haven't walked way far together. Let's see, what else? Rin? It's Rin. Rin's like Rin. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing, though. Even though we are walking at the same pace, she never comes within an arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me. Given how shy she is, there doesn't seem to be much helping it. At least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd there, but Lilly is nowhere to be seen. Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already?
Just at the library. I was reading.
So she does spend the classes she skips at the library. That's kind of productive. Not counterproductive. It might have sounded like that, but kind of productive. That is what he meant to say. Ah, so not exactly like a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class like Shizune said, right?
Right.
With the slightest of nods, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. It's like I need double-layered silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a little more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both of our minds. So you and Lilly usually hang out together after class, right?
Yes.
I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question. That much was rather obvious after all. She does seem like the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lilly may be her only friend. Okay, she doesn't. I said she does. Sorry. There. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflexive nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answers prompt and as short as possible.
Lilly comes by the classroom, though, even when she's busy.
Aw, she's smiling. She gives a small smile. She says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lilly goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cool, really. I mean, there isn't really any need to say more. Both of us are content that the discussions reached an end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we are met by a group of students heading downstairs, like a school of fish moving from one feeding area to another. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice they're doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Ah, we've gotten to the point where she trusts us enough to use us as a human shield to hide from other people. That is progress. Of a really weird kind, but it is progress. Hey, are you alright? Just keep going. The students pass us without as much as a second glance, and Hanako takes up position to my side again as we enter the building, their momentary reprieve from her anxiety all but snatched away. Even as we climb towards the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've never known a shy person before, even shy girls, but Hanako seems to be pretty beyond what I'd call normal in her fear of other people. If it weren't for Lilly acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would have been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lilly's classroom continues in a strange silence while I rue her inability to socialize at all. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lilly's classroom is audible from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first, then come to me for backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reached the door to Class 3-2, with Hanako's lesson subtly positioning herself behind me. I opened the door. Ooh, new classroom, new environment, very loud people. Inside is a hive of activity. Seemingly every student in the class talking to once as they work hurriedly on their separate tasks, and I'm talking with them and it's starting to meld into me. Anyways, this classroom looks decent now. That's different from ours. Going by the paint cans, decorations, and banners being made. It must be for the upcoming school festival. I guess my first priority should be finding Lilly. There. Finding her among the din is surprisingly easy, not the least because of her looks. With a couple of students gathered around her as she stands at the front of the class, she seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. She looks like she's actually doing more work than those other two, carefully negotiating a path through the various students hunched over the floor for lack of desk space. I raise a hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lilly. Hi, Lilly. She perks her head up, and she breaks off, talking to a noticeably smaller girl. Must be her classmate, not her entire classroom as a girl. That'd be interesting. Trying to listen as best as she can. Sorry, who? Sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry, Hisao. I have Hanako too. Okay. Hi. She's pretty skittish, considering the number of people around. It isn't too hard to work out why. Lee takes a moment's pause to assess the situation before turning to the other student once again. For the moment, just ask Mariah for his advice. Kenji is busy with painting one of the banners already. Kenji can do art? Well, he's got skills in something. Maybe he should sell that and pay us back for that pizza already. I mean, the day's not over, but I want the money back. A quick nod and she bounces off, fingers carefully sliding along the wall's face for orientation. Wait, Kenji? That Kenji? Dun dun. Dun dun. Quickly turn about, leaning to the side to see past Hanako. Sure enough, in a corner of the room, Kenji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he painted. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me how close he has to be to make out my face when I met him. Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're in high demand, even if they're special. That's right. Class 3-2 was especially for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be pretty arduous for them. And it's not like the people with eyesight in our class care. Misha says, and I do not give a damn. Need a hand? I could give you help if you need some. Maybe Hanako could too? A chance to set her mind on something would do her good, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods in affirmation afterward, so I'm confident I made the right move. That's good. Lilly gives a noticeable sigh of relief. That's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off for dinner. Now, would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. No. Please. Kenji, sure. I wanted to be with somebody else. I wanted to help Hanako. Damn. She seems surprised that I know him. I can't really blame her.
I take it that you've met?
Our rooms in the dorm are right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really. I mean, I've seen him naked. There's not much more we can hide from each other.
Well, it's good to see you getting friends so fast.
Friend. I wonder if that's the right word to use for him? Hanako's silence during the proceedings reminds me of the reason it put her up to helping in the first place. We'll go help him then. He knows what needs doing, right?
That's right. Just ask if you have any problems. I'll be right here to help you.
Chorusing in assent, Hanako and I begin another trek across the classroom. Kenji sits crushed on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white calico in front of him. Wow, that's beautiful. It's like, should we have a new scene of this classroom? No, just put Kenji there. Just right there. Just below the text box. Hey, Kenji. No answer. He continues dragging his paint-soaked brush along the large, half-painted kanji that's sketched on the sheet in pencil. Kenji. Oh.
Huh? What? Who is it?
If this is the way he treats class members, it's no small wonder he's working on this alone. It's me, Hisao from the...
Right. I know that man. What are you doing here, though?
His dismissive attitude annoys me. It was so dismissive that it somehow forwarded the text box and we could barely read one of the things. He must be the type to totally get really focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until it's done, I suppose. Hanako? While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footstep as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she's here. I was just going to help with the banner. Hanako and I, that is.
Hello.
Oh, hi. I guess that's okay.
As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about-face. His sudden faux hospitality is slightly unsettling. Oh, right, woman, on second thought. This might not have been a great idea, after all. Hanako and I grudgingly sit ourselves down on the opposite side of the cloth banner to Kenji, noting the several small paint tin cans on the ground around it. Class 3-2, noodle saw. You guys selling noodles at the festival on Sunday?
Yeah, some stalls outside or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna be there. I'm just painting this for them.
Or something. His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task at hand comes first, though. So how do you want to split the suite of borders? Will you do the text, or do you want to switch and do the borders? How do you want this?
Text is mine, you do borders.
He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako's already debating between colors to use. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Can I go back? There we go. By the time I put brush to cloth, she's already started on a delicate pattern. Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around our work. That's good. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's work and lean towards me and whisper conspiratorially, though.
Okay, man, why are you here?
Hanako just wanted some help to find Lilly, that's all. Apparently disapproves of my motivations.
I get it. It looks like I misjudged you. You're on their side, aren't you? You're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover. You're my friend.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's totally right. I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is that why you're here?
Obviously it sucks, but there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school, a harsh world. So many cute girls here.
Yes, very harsh. He misses my true meaning as he leans back, satisfied I'm sympathetic to his cause. I'd better get down to work. Let's get down to business.
Finished.
Looks like I am too. Good job. The two of us connect up the lines of our patterns, mine being as close a copy as I could manage of hers. I mean, I already had practice with art the other day, and it was pretty good, and I think I did well here on this poster. And with a grunt, I lever myself up from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off a sign, as well as Lilly, and a couple of students talking among themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise. It's getting pretty late. Need a hand? Whoop, there she comes. I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrist. The wrist scars extend even to there. This is how much of her body was burned. Half of it? I feel a pang of guilt about it. However, she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Looks good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing I meant the banner. Ooh, it was awkward.
It does, I guess.
Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result. Just as I do. Just as we all do. Except Kenji, who's more focused on how to defeat his enemies. With the floor significantly neater for the decorations being placed on desks and shelves, it's much easier to get it to Lilly as we cross the room. We finished the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lilly gives an appreciative nod.
Thank you, Hisao. Hanako, is there any way I can... If there's any way I can thank you.
It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying at any rate. Ah, who needs studying?
I don't mind either.
She nods before suddenly remembering one last person.
Oh, is Kenji still here?
Just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room.
Yeah, just finished.
Carefully slides his sign onto an empty section of his shelf to dry, before quickly walking past us and out the door.
See you, man.
Bye. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lilly before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us to probably go and grab dinner or something. Well, I guess that's everyone.
I hope we don't have to do anything like that ever again. Oh goodness, no.
Working past school time?
Indeed, the class's plans this year were ambitious, maybe too ambitious. The stalls look nice though.
Oh. She's right, it shows that a lot of work's gone into them.
My, I'm sure a lot of us would be glad to hear that. At least now there's not much work to do until the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to the dorms as well, Hisao?
Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. Ooh, it's kind of spooky at night. Left alone. I'm just kidding. Wrong game. The nighttime lighting really makes the gardens look quite different. Compared to the usual look of lush greenery, things are much more calm. Being that it's so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd one or two can be seen scurrying to and from the dorms, trying to eke the most out of their approaching curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lilly's cane regularly gently tapping the ground in front of her. It's nice to finally be able to relax a little bit after the mad rush during school. Oh, there's a bench there, didn't notice that. Without even noticing it, I let out a small yawn. Oh man, tired.
Tired?
Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The thing with the Shizune took me kind of off guard, though. I grit my teeth a little at the candid mention of their rather public spat. That said, I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it.
About that. I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go back some ways.
Who do you think blinded me? She's the kingpin, I swear.
No, wait, what? Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers Shizune, obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glanced to Hanako for her views on this, but her expression is unsurprisingly evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered.
I'll be glad once the festival is over, in any case.
The change of topic's welcome, clearing the thickening air already. I mean quickly. I can imagine, my old school's festivals were a lot more low-key than this. But then again, I wasn't the protagonist of an anime slash visual novel slash manga or anything similar to that.
Yamaku stresses the idea of a school community, so the staff likes to make our festivals and such special occasions.
And yet the students are the ones who do the work. What an unfair world. Hanako and Lilly both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff are around to hear our grumbling.
I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamaku. Compared to there, Yamaku is much more relaxed. That'd go away toward explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. As we come up with the dormitories, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you, Lilly, Hanako. And, well, you know who else we should say see you to? This video. Because it's going to be over now. So if you liked it, leave a like. And if you want to see more things like this, then feel free to subscribe to become a main character. Otherwise, I have to say, bye-bye for now.